Hello, everyone, and welcome to another customer success webinar. It's really nice to see quite a few people. Welcome, everyone. I am looking forward to this one and to the upcoming webinars as well. So before we start, I hope that you can see my screen because of the process that we can do. Please put any questions in the comment section, and as I make breaks, I will be responding to the questions. The first thing that I want to make sure that I bring up is that promotions and sales events is going to be our main topic today. The fact that we receive a lot of questions from our clients about increasing visibility of their book. Currently, there are over 44 different book titles available on Amazon in the US. So that means that once your book is published, that is the easiest part. You need to make sure that your book is visible. Some of this can be done through our platform. Some of this needs to be done through different channels. We're going to start by discussing the things that you can do through our platform. And then I'm going to speak a little bit about things that you can do to put the books in front of your client separately. So regardless of the platform of the store where you're distributing. My personal feedback would be to always start thinking about advertising before the book is published. This is not something that you would be doing necessarily through our platform, not all the advertising, but you want to how you're going to increase your visibility. You want to think about your audiences before you publish your book. Before your book there, think about who this book is for. Who do you think will want to read your book? Who do you think is your target audience? And then go for that. So you're going to be targeting that audience. And then based on the audience that you identify, you are going to make sure that your book is in front of those people. We're going to start by the promotion options that you have available in our platform. So I hope that you can all see my screen. Okay, so is this being recorded? Yes. So everyone who has subscribed to the webinar will receive a link with the recording, and it's going to be shared by end of day today. So in Germany, there is a fixed book price law that prohibits retailers and direct sellers from varying the prices at will. How would price promotion work in such a context? Quite a few local regulations, and in that case, you will have to locally abide by them. So in that case, you would be doing the price promotion for the other markets. Also, there is a question, where do I go to learn how to use your platform? If you don't, you have the opportunity to sign up for a free one, which allows you to publish a single ebook for free, and it's free forever. If you want to publish more books, if you want to publish different formats of books, you would need to subscribe for a paid subscription, but you do have an option to use the free one. Everyone who subscribes, who is a user of our platform, has access to a help center, which has a lot of articles and tutorials available. That being said, we have these webinars once a month. Also, we have customer success webinars every month. Next month, toward the end of June, the topic is going to be the walkthrough of the platform. Different aspects, starting from the homepage to different parts and how you will navigate the platform. Okay, so I am going to go back to promotions, and then I'm going to go back to the questions as well. It's always great to have this many questions, so thank you. I appreciate it. Also, before I continue, you can always use the chatbot on the site, but in addition to the chatbot, there is a support team who can assist as well. So if you don't receive the answer you're looking for from the chatbot, there is a form that you can fill out and reach out to the support team via email and get assistance that way as well. So when it comes to the promotions, you can access the promotions option from your dashboard. This is your distribution dashboard. We are currently in ours. So you see here that under distribution, we are in the general dashboard. From there, we are going to promotions. Once you click on the promotions, you will see different options that are available. We are going to start with the price promotion and then go from there. Promotional pricing obviously is one of the oldest and most useful sales strategies. It really allows you to discount your title for a certain period. So basically, you're going to schedule a price promotion with one of the following stores. So I'm going to click on it, and then you will see the instructions. And then I'm going to show you how to add and manage your price promotions. This applies to ebooks. So we're looking at Amazon, at Apple Books, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, and Google Play Books. The promotion is going to be applied to these stores, assuming that you have books in these stores. If your book is available in 4 out of 5 of these, the promotion is going to apply to those where your books are published. Your book needs to be published, and it needs to be available on the retailer's site. The moment your book is published on our platform, it will say that it's published, but the status for different retailers can be different. And you want to make sure before you start with the price promotion that it is available on that specific store. So in order to add the price promotion, you have the button Add New Price Promotion, and it's going to walk you through the process. First, you will be prompted to select the book. And if you select the book of the incorrect format, it's going to tell you that. It's going to tell you to choose one of your title. It's going to inform you where your promotion is going to be available. And it's going to prompt you to add the start and end date. So also very important, you can edit your campaign until 3 days before the start date. So we are going to say, I don't know, we are going to have 4th of July sale. So we're going to say from the 1st of July till, I don't know, for example, 13th of July. Okay, so obviously I have one that at that time, it's going to give you the times. Okay, let's go to an existing one because we already have. So when you look at an existing one, it's the title, it's the dates that you have set. So you have the opportunity to add the planned budget and your goal. They were not set, but they are going to be set. You're going to be prompted to add the discounted price. So it's going to show you the original price, and then it's going to prompt you to add the discounted price. You have the opportunity, and this is not mandatory, to add regional prices. Also, you have the opportunity to group your promotions by assigning them to the same campaign or different campaigns. So you can have, for example, a group of books, they're from the same series that can be on the promotion together, or alternatively, you can have them all discounted individually, so you essentially can do whatever you like. So when you say click to edit, it's going to allow you to change the details. And it's going to tell you that you can edit your campaign until 3 days before the start date. Your promotion is automatically going to go to schedule status. So once your promotion is scheduled, you will be unable to edit any information about it. So the only editing, so to say, function is going to be withdrawal or termination, and this is irreversible. We are going to inform the retailers immediately, and the prices are going to be reset to the original within a day or 2. Once we reach the start date, the promotion is going to switch to live status, and the prices are going to be changed at the stores, and then you can check each store link of the book by clicking on the logo of the store. After the promotion ends, you can have a new campaign for the same book 3 days after existing one ends. Very important thing that you want to be mindful of. If you want to set your promotional price to 99 cents or below and include Amazon, you will need to request a price match according to Amazon's store policy. So for these promotions, please set the date to 3 days before the actual promotion date so our team can handle this. And also make sure that you contact our support team right after you have changed the prices so they can request the price match from Amazon. So this is only pertaining to the promotional prices under or 99 cents and below. Now let me take a look at the questions and then we can continue. So there is a question about formatting. So formatting is going to be specific for ebooks. It's going to be different for ebooks, different for print books, and we have already done the webinars on these topics. That being said, since we repeatedly get more users, there will be discussion again about the book formatting. So it's not going to be today. It's probably going to be during Q4. We will be talking about updating and uploading the books in the next couple of months for sure. And you can also refer to the Help Center where there is a lot of detailed information about both ebook and print on demand and manuscript formatting. So there is a question from Kieran saying, my second book is coming up in June, so do I buy the whole starter plan? So yes, if you're planning to publish more than one book, I would recommend upgrading to the starter plan. I use Amazon KDP. Will I have to give this up to use your promotions? So in order to use promotions, you need to be running your books through Publish Drive. That being said, if you're using Amazon and you would like to distribute to different channels, you can continue to use Amazon directly, in this case, Amazon KDP, and use Publish Drive for other stores. When you select the stores for individual books, you will be prompted to select the stores where you want to distribute. You can just disable Amazon and you won't have any issues. You will be able to use the promotions for the other stores, not the Amazon. Quick question from South Africa. How do you know when and which platform to publish a book as a beginner, and how do you make it to engage publicly with the target audience? And how do you know that your book has been engaged in public with the target audience? You want to make sure that you are on the platform where you're going to have maximum visibility and you want to engage publicly. Well, I would start, social media is the default place to go. Organic social media, so posting, potentially engaging, sending promotional copies for review, gaining traction. As I said, it's going to depend on the type of the book. When I say the type of the book, what the topic is and what your target audience is. If you're looking, if it's a more niche target audience, say the book is not in English, it's in different language, say there is a specific topic or specific genre. So it all depends. I would say that the starting point is definitely social media, organic and paid advertising. Organic first, paid second. I would try to get some visibility prior to actually publishing the book. And then when it comes to measuring, you will see the sales data. It's much more complex than I have tried to summarize it, but this is a very general situation. So it's going to depend on the language, on the audience, on the niche. So you can reach out through the support team and then we can talk some more. Okay, let's see. Moving on. We are going to move on to the sales events. So I really hope you can see my screen. So going back to the promotions where you have price promotions, you also have the sales events as well. I definitely recommend the sales events because they have a lot of benefits. When I say they have a lot of benefits, I mean that they generally lead to an increase in book purchases because we're talking about discounts that are being offered, more books are being sold. This is resulting in higher revenue overall for the authors and the publishers. Also, more important than just short term increased revenue is expanded customer reach. Like I said, you want to make sure that your book is seen. These events attract new customers who may be enticed by discounted prices. They might not be coming to look for your book, but they will find your book. So you are going to expand reach. You're going to broaden the audience and hopefully lead to future sales. So it's about visibility. It's not about short-term sale. It's about visibility. Not only it increases visibility for your brand, it also helps you reach for the brand and for the books. It puts you in everyone's view, and that's what you want to achieve. So, how do you go about this? You can check the platform. You would go to promotions and then sales events, and you will see what is upcoming. You will see the dates for the upcoming sales events. Also, our team sends emails that are notifying users about the upcoming sales events. You also want to make sure that obviously emails, you're not going to receive all of them because they're going to be, the events are sometimes going to be open to everyone, and sometimes they're going to be only for specific types of titles. For example, right now, this one is already ongoing, application deadline has passed. So essentially, it's a romance retelling. So it is aimed at books that are romance retellings with prices up to $99 and below. Then again, the next one is nonfiction under $5. So, and then Canadian authors or romance books, for example. Most of these events are going to be specific in one way. You will be prompted to select a book. When you click on apply, you will see more of the details. So, which books are eligible, which categories, what are the keywords, what is the application deadline and campaign period. Then you would select your book. It's going to show you either this red mark, which means that these books are not eligible for this specific sales event, or similar green mark that is going to show you that specific book is eligible. So you would select a book and then you will tell us why it should be there. If the book is accepted, we send the application and we inform you if it is accepted. You will receive a notification on the first day of the sale with the most important information so you can inform your audiences about the sale. Inform your readers through social media, newsletters, email blasts, Goodreads pages. The wider you can go, the better. There are some things that you want to keep in mind. Main one is title availability. So you want to make sure, same as I said for the price promotions, it needs to be available in the host store. So you want to make sure that the book is published and available in the store that is holding the sales event. So you would go to My Books and then open the book, open sales in stores, and say it's available, and then you can go for that one. Going back to the promotions, sales events. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, all the sales have themes. We can only accept books of a specific genre for these promotions. So you want to make sure that your categories or your keywords match. So like I said, you will see books that are eligible with the green icon and those that are not with a red one, like this. Oh, this one has a green icon apparently. So if you find a sale, we don't currently have any on this list, but if you find a sale that has any under the categories or keywords, it's a general sale, everything goes. So all genres are accepted. You want to be mindful of the fact that that one is much more likely to be more competitive. One thing that is worth noting, since I already mentioned any under the categories or keywords, most of the stores who host sales events do not accept public domain and erotica. So, unfortunately, because of that, we have to reject public domains book and erotica submissions. Let me take a look at any questions that we might have. Okay, so there is a comment about the screen being illegible on the phone. Edward, you will receive the recording via email. You will be able to see it on a bigger screen as well. And that also answers Adam's question. So yes, there will be a recording. So everyone who has subscribed to the webinar will receive a link to a recording and you will be able to review. Question about romance book. Romance book with a few love scenes, are they considered erotica? That depends on the love scenes. So if they are sexual in nature, yes. Moving on to the promotions. So you also have an option to send a review copy through our platform. So you can select the book that you would like to share, and you're going to send promotion codes to book reviewers, bloggers, journalists, whoever. So I absolutely recommend doing this when you are working on promoting your book. I would absolutely recommend sharing some review copies with book talkers, booktubers. There is a huge online community that can definitely help with your visibility. Also, I would strongly recommend having presence on Goodreads and potentially similar platforms. Goodreads is probably the biggest. There are others, but I would strongly recommend setting up authors page on the Goodreads and regularly engaging with your readers, because that is definitely going to help based on the interactions that you establish with your audience through Goodreads and social media. You can also host video calls. You can host not necessarily webinars, just chats, talking to the clients, promoting your book. The more you can interact with your audience, the better visibility. Okay, so moving on, let me see where we are. Going back to the promotions. So you also have an option to get your book featured in ebook retailers section. You would select your book that you want to promote on a book platform, and then we are going to recommend that title or titles to the editorial teams, and they are going to select titles to be featured in a specific category or topic. So curated lists help. So unfortunately, we cannot guarantee this, but it's a very good point. For example, what I would recommend, what's your best chances are of getting your book in? So say you want to promote your new release. This specific campaign is for new releases, so the books that have come out in the past 60 days or your pre-order titles. So you're going to select your title and you need to give us information why it should be featured. If you can send a compelling case, you're increasing your chances significantly. So I recommend doing that. Apart from this, we have the option to promote some to specific stores at times. For example, if you want to be featured on Apple Books, you want to make sure that we send them upcoming releases seasonally. When it comes to Apple Books, you want to make sure that your book is available at the store. The prices need to be under $16.99 and it has to be English. So they only accept a number of categories, but then again, that encompasses most of fiction. So it encompasses young adult, romance, mystery and thrillers, history, fiction, literature, kids. So it is a limited number of categories, but it's still fairly wide. So I would definitely recommend going for the featuring option. And also the opportunity to let us know about your publishing success, and we are going to share that on our media as well. More thing that I want to bring up when looking at the promotions is the Amazon ads, so the paid promotions. Promotions seem to be heavily loaded in favor of fiction, romance, etc. What about nonfiction? So there are promotions for nonfiction as well, just not as many. And you are correct. More are, I'm not going to say most, but definitely more than half of the promotions are aimed at fiction. So whichever specific genre of subgenre of fiction. So you are correct. There are promotions that are favoring nonfiction, or the ones that are specifically aimed at nonfiction are going to be more rare. Okay, so we have a question about a niche book published on Amazon about Irish Druids for 2 years and about 350 copies sold. So I don't know what you have done in terms of advertising so far. So what I would do, I don't know if it's fiction or nonfiction, and if you have reviewed the data about the sold copies, the geo and the audience who purchased the book. So what I would do is analyze the sales that you have had and try to connect with a book talker or YouTuber who reads and reviews these types of books to begin with. I would have to have more information on the book to advise. So, okay, we have more. Yes, sorry. So we would need more information before making a specific recommendation. Question from Kieran. Once we buy the starter pack, do we have to pay extra sums for the paperback? No, the starter plan includes any type of format. So you can use your starter plan to publish ebooks or paperback or audiobook. Is it possible to get someone from Publish Drive review what has been set up and give advice? I'm not sure whether it would be the review of the book upload. If you can please elaborate on the question and I can advise further. So if your book is being distributed through Amazon, I would strongly recommend using Amazon ads. Our platform has an integration, so you have the opportunity to set up and run a campaign from within Publish Drive. But I want to emphasize that regardless whether you are running your campaign through Publish Drive, whether you're selling your book directly on Amazon or through Publish Drive, you definitely want to make sure that you have Amazon ad campaign. I know that can be a little daunting for new authors because it does get overwhelming at times, but Amazon ads are going to make sure that your book is visible. There are over 44 million different titles that are available on Amazon. So I just want to emphasize how important it is to increase your visibility on the site. As I said, you can run it through us because we do have the full integration. In order to run it, you will need to set up the payment method from which you are going to upload the funds. The question that I received is it possible to use the royalties to just redirect them to the Amazon ads? No, it's not. So royalties are always going to be paid out to your credit card, your PayPal, whichever mode of payment you have selected. You're going to manage your advertising funds separately from the royalties. Okay, so one more thing that I would like to emphasize is the importance of advertising. Every time there is an influx of new or first time authors, there is usually feedback about having low sales or no sales. So, this is why I would strongly encourage you all when you're looking to publish when you're looking to publish your book, you want to make sure that you can show it to your readers. So sometimes that is going to depend very, very strongly on the book itself. Sometimes you can just start by selling the book yourself through social media. I would recommend making it available across channels because it makes it much more accessible. And in addition, being able to sell the book yourself, promote it through social media, absolutely. So, what I strongly recommend is always starting with Facebook and Instagram. TikTok is huge, YouTube is huge. It is time consuming and it can be a little bit daunting at times, especially for beginners. But this is something that you absolutely want to, it's crucial for your success because there are a lot of books that go out there, but they don't get a chance to be seen. So that is something that is just as important as getting your book out there, is making sure that it's visible because there is a huge community of authors out there and there is a lot of titles that are coming up every day. So I would strongly recommend giving advertising a thought ahead of time. Okay, so there is a user who set up the Amazon ads and it's limited to Amazon.com only. The different Amazon marketplaces are not going to be rolled out before end of year. There is no current ETA, but when this is on the roadmap, it's going to be communicated to the users via website and marketing emails. They are really important. I would not say the most important, but they're definitely important. So I would absolutely recommend doing this through Goodreads. It's not the only, definitely not the only way, but it is one of the easiest ways. One of those are going to give you the most visibility. So I would strongly recommend looking into that. Also, I would again recommend, and this is something I'm certain you're already familiar with, the BookTok, BookTube, etc. Influencers are bombarded by new titles. But when you are trying to get a review from someone, be that just a random reader on Goodreads or some sort of an influencer or someone who has a channel of their own on one platform or another, in addition to having a good book, you need a good pitch. You need to make sure that they understand why they should read your book. So you want your pitch, your communication with the person who you want to read your book to be engaging. And that is how you sell it can be more important in a sense that it's going to attribute to the possibility of getting a review. So do we get the paperbacks and do we offer the customers on Instagram a PDF file? So you can offer any format you want to the clients of Instagram when it comes to paperbacks to print on demand. So you can order any number of paperbacks yourself and then sell via social media. So that is completely up to you. I wouldn't share ebooks with customers directly without going through a platform that is going to protect the manuscript. So there are options where they can borrow. And when you're going for reviews, you would probably send an EPUB versus a PDF because most of them are going to be reading them when talking about ebook, more likely to be reading them on ebook reader versus a tablet or something like that. Will you send the paperbacks to me? Once you publish your print on demand book, you can order any number of paperbacks to be sent to you. Yes. But just to clarify, there are no samples as such. So you would be ordering the paperback pretty much the same way as a client. Okay, if there are any additional questions, you can reach out to the support team. I would like to thank you for joining today. We have one of these webinars every month. Typically, it's the last week of the month. Next month, we are going to talk about the platform itself. We are going to be doing a general overview of the platform and respond to any questions that are pertaining to the platform functionality. After that, we are going to be discussing ebook uploads, and please feel free to send in your about suggestions about the upcoming webinars. Thank you again, everyone, for joining, and I hope to see you in the next webinar. Thank you.